the strengths and weaknesses of the Hong Kong industry, as I assess them through this, as I might add, limited sample, is that the firms can be creative, but with the minimal resources they have, they don't really have the ability to create high production value. And also, not all the firms, most of the firms may not have that degree of learning and expertise in them to create that kind of high value product at the beginning. The markets, according to the IDC report, a lot of firms are focused on their own market, which immediately suggests it's a very small, they have a very small revenue base. And you just compare the difference between the Hong Kong market and the China market, which is mostly MMOs. The support systems are in place, although I feel that there's some of the skills in short supply include game design, and because of the minimal resources, firms don't necessarily have the opportunity to hire their own designers. So there are areas where the government, I think, can support companies more. And of course, the high cost of operating in Hong Kong. The threats is other countries have better institutional support, Korea, China, Singapore, as we know. Other countries have resource strengths, such as lower labor costs and fairly skilled labor. Philippines in animation, India in technology, China in technology and basic animation. But really the ultimate threat is when strong companies emerge. Now, how do you encourage creative innovation? I think we can rethink various things, but I think one of the basic things that I would support is more of a sense of professional game design in the industry, a sense of design skills. Singapore has pulled in a US training institute called DigiPen, which is quite well known. They provide at least fairly basic and good design training. There's also examples of how do you get the learning cycles into designers, into companies. One suggestion I have is start on smaller scale projects like casual games. They don't cost too much to fund, and they don't give you a lot of revenue, but at least you can get the learning cycles in. You can experiment with gameplay physics, just like Carnival. You can complete the products within the research institutes. And here I'm not talking about a form of applied research. I'm talking about taking the research, making a product, a real innovative product. So I think this is a category that's sort of in between applied research and fundamental product development. And it's really going against what I think Maury and Suzanne were saying, Dave and Suzanne were saying earlier, which is that you shouldn't do too much applied research in universities. Yeah, I don't think you should do just applied research that's kind of useful to industry. I'm saying you should do the whole product, a really creative product.
This is a great example. This new entertainment media is a great example of a sector in which the main goal of innovation, from IT to something that involves creativity and so forth, is really about moving from low value added, outsourced providing, simple coding, to high value added product creation and even business model innovation, as you mentioned. The creativity is the basis for a good profit margin. It may never be the biggest industry in terms of size in Hong Kong, but the focus on creativity and also the focus on high value added, high growth products is something that definitely Hong Kong needs.